All right, hello, and welcome to the series finale of Community Replay. Right now, I have with me Timothy Weaver.
Hi.
His voice is not doing so well. And Corey Rogers.
Hello, everybody.
And myself, obviously, Kyle Locke. And so we're just kind of going to be doing kind of a marathon of games where we play some of our favorites that we haven't yet had a chance to play. We're starting off with Corey here. We're playing SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos. Not exactly one of his favorites, but it's still a fighting game that he's going to enjoy.
It's made by Capcom, so...
If it's Capcom, then of course Corey's going to love it. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry. They used to be good. They suck so much right now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I will never forgive them for canceling Mega Man Legends 3 and Mega Man Universe. Will never forgive them for it. And then plus the whole constantly creating content that was, when putting it on disc and then being like, hey, we're going to charge you for it.
Yeah, and every single game where they're like, oh, let's make the ultimate version. Oh, let's make the super version.
And, I mean, I used to be a huge fan of Capcom, and I understand, like, back in the day, they were a fantastic company, but now it's,
it's all about the money now.
It's sad.
So let's do arcade mode, I guess.
Oh, wrong thing.
Xbox Live. Oh, Xbox Live. Back when it was on the original Xbox.
I want to use... I'll use Ken to start off. Well, that's not Ken, that's right. Use Ken over here. Alright.
So, do you prefer Ken over Ryu, then?
Honestly, Ryu's my favorite character, but I've been using him a lot lately in Street Fighter 4, so I think I'm going to switch it up.
I'm wondering how well you're going to play with the Xbox controller.
Yeah, I've never really been a big fan of the Xbox controller because of the whole D-pad and the shape of the controller and everything, and I'm more of a PlayStation controller kind of person.
Right. Understandable for this kind of game. Like, they have a much better D-pad for...
Yeah.
Although they don't actually have a quote-unquote D-pad.
Right.
That's patented or trademarked by Nintendo, so they can't actually do a true D-pad.
Right. One of the things I'm starting to get used to is the playing with the actual joystick.
Oh, yeah.
And, growing up, I grew up playing, the pad, and I've never really used a joystick till now. But
it's kind of hard to use the analog stick for certain games.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when games give you that multiple choice between analog and D-pad, you're so used to being like, oh, I can get a more accurate response.
Right.
With the D-pad, analog stick is highly sensitive, so it becomes more frustrating for games where you have to walk slow, where it's like, oh, I can use a D-pad, and just easier that way. So I've been trying to use analog as well for certain games as well more, and it's hard to get into that habit.
Yeah. It's really hard to get used to. That's for sure.
For any fighting game, I'm going to use the D-pad. Like I haven't even tried the analog stick. The only time
it's really hard.
Yeah, the only time I ever would use it is in the arcade.
Well, it's frustrating when you have specific moves like down forward A, where you can just get exactly down forward, or analog you could accidentally do diagonal, and if you're in an intense match, well, you just screwed up your combo.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
oh gosh.
Yeah, I would, whenever it was a game like in the arcade, it's just like, okay, cool. I will definitely use. I'll use that. I'll get used to it. It's just an arcade, so it's not like it's a big deal to me. I was never very adept at being an arcade person. I mean, at least not in like a serious level. I would love going to the arcade, but just never really got obsessed with it or trying to become like the greatest arcade version player.
I was growing up with arcades, especially without the mall and whatnot, and then when I was working at 2Play Games, and we had Tekken Tag Tournament, we had Soul Calibur 2 when that was popular at the time.
I love that game.
And playing it on the arcade was actually fun because what it did was it had a multiplayer function where the console version didn't have it where you had 4 different nations you can represent yourself from. Whereas in the arcade, when you start off, you start by being a part of a nation. And the more victories that each individual person gets, the more victories their nation gets.
Right.
So the whole basis of the arcade was that who could have the most wins and make their nation the most dominant one. So at 2-play, everyone was always lined up spending $20 a day, even more, just trying to battle each other out and be like, hey, if I beat your character, the percentage of victory for your nation goes down while mine goes up, and I gain more territory. So it was really competitive, but really fun.
That certainly seems like a good strategy to get people to be playing it.
Yeah, it worked. And even people today still are playing it at the, I believe.
So
They
you said
moved it.
you said Soul Calibur 2 at the arcade, right?
Yes.
So did the arcade cabinet version of Soul Calibur have like Heihachi, Link, or Spawn?
No.
Because those were just
It
console
didn't.
exclusives.
Those were just console exclusives. Yeah, there's one at.
Did it have Necrid then?
It did have Necrid.
He was just on all platforms.
Yeah, they have it still at the Bowling Green State University campus.
Oh, okay.
That was the one that we had at 2-play for all those years.
Oh, okay.
Like half of our arcades that we had at 2-play, since once 2-play closed down, we moved them all over to BGSU. Well, first Owens, then to BGSU. So, like the DDR machine and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah, I love DDR. That's one game that I wish we could have done a replay of, but because we have like a time or a audio delay with the way we record, there's no way we could have done DDR. Or guitar.
Oh, you mean on the controller?
No, like what we're seeing on our TV and the audio coming out of the computer.
Well, I mean, like actually playing it. I mean, playing it by controller and not obviously by like.
Oh yeah.
Dance
we
pad.
would have played it by controller.
This dance pad is really hard with balance.
Yeah, plus and it's not exactly the biggest space to be doing it in. We don't have that much space. But yeah, I always loved playing DDR. And I remember once I went to Florida with our staff member Brad Conyers, and we were both pretty good at DDR, and we just like got on there and started playing heavy mode on the 2-player, and just people just gathered around, and they're just like, wow.
It was always fun doing state tournaments for DDR, like doing heavy and Ani mode against some of these guys who were just so good. But God, it was a lot of fun. Like, and it was nice because a lot of these people who did state tournaments were actually like, if they lost to you or if you lost to them, you just had this mutual feeling where it's like, I'm actually glad I lost to this person because they're a good sport.
Yeah.
Whereas like local people were just like, yeah, in your face, screw you, man, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I was gonna say, one of the things that we're gonna do here as well, since we're all gonna be playing our a favorite game of ours, we're also gonna be kind of going over some of our memories from the past 2 seasons. So since Corey's playing the game right now, we were gonna ask him, what is your favorite memory from the past 2 seasons of Community Replay, Corey?
One of my favorites was when you were playing Star Wars Episode 1.
Yeah.
And there was this one scene where Kyle was in the forest and he was trying to get somewhere, but this tree just kept getting in his way.
Tree.
Now. It just kept falling on him for some reason.
You were laughing so hard.
I was in tears. I was laughing that hard, and it was crazy because the tree would fall and he would be like at least 20 feet away from it,
and
he
it
would
still kill
die.
me. Oh my god. Yeah, that was terrible. I hated that tree.
Go ahead.
We tried so many different ways of getting around that tree. Like I would just try and sprint through it. I tried like slowly nudging my way up to it and then waiting for it to fall and then backing up, and that didn't work. And it's just it was the worst thing ever. It was terrible. And I think as we put at the very end of that video of the series of Super Replays, I think we died like 179 times throughout the entire game. I'm pretty sure at least 20 of those are probably from that tree.
Definitely my best moment.
Yeah, that was absolutely terrible. I could not.
Corey, if I were playing against you online, I'd probably want to punch you in the face because you keep doing that damn blast like every second.
It's awesome though.
Oh, it's awesome in single player, but if I were facing against you, I'd probably be really pissed off. Because I still play Virtua Fighter 5 online all the time, and because we got it, well, it was one of the 12 games we got for free for PlayStation Plus. And getting back to playing that, there's some people who play, like, you remember Akira, the guy?
Oh, yeah.
He's the only guy that every punch he hits, your guy gets stunned because he gets nailed in the stomach, and everyone just stands there in front of you and just nails me in the stomach over and over again until I'm dead. It's just, when people do those repetitive moves, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So do you know the storyline of this one, Corey? Or do you remember it at least?
Really? I mean, these games generally don't have a story.
Yeah, they're all kind of just the generic fighting game, but in this one, there's like a cloning process going on or something like that, and you have to face, like, for example, when I played it as Ryu, you have to face kind of a clone of Ryu, but he's got like superpowers and stuff, and he's like super fast and stuff like that, and it's really, really weird.
Yeah.
And it's also extremely difficult because they're like 2 times faster than you.
2 times
faster.
Hoo-ha, 2 times Tuesday. Can I get a hoo-ha?
Work it, make it, do it, makes us smarter, better, faster, stronger.
Have you ever seen that Domino's commercial?
No.
The 2 times Tuesday? Like, some guy just comes out of nowhere, some Domino's guy comes out of nowhere, he's like, hoo-ha, 2 times Tuesday. Can I get a hoo-ha? And this guy's kind of looking around.
He's like,
Hoo-ha. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was a great commercial. It's a lot, you know, it's so simple, but so
good.
so good. So, and you were saying you would hate him if you were playing online. Is it me, or do you guys just absolutely hate Sagat in Street Fighter? Yeah,
he pisses me off.
Oh my god! Every chance he can, it's just
target shot. That's all he does.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
But yeah, I mean, other than that though, that's really all he has. I mean, he's a slow character, so he really doesn't have. He's not really a good offensive character like Ray and Ken on it.
Yeah. Who is this person?
I have never seen this person in my life.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, Tessa.
Seems like she has a lot of powers, a lot of projectiles.
Yeah, some kind of maybe like a witch character, obviously, from the hat.
I'm always about Vega in this game.
Vega
is my favorite character just because if you actually know how to use him, especially with his combos, he can actually be a fun character to fight against, whereas so many people just jump around like rabbits, like idiots, and
I do that
all the time and don't even know how to use them.
Yeah. Hey, win an arcade machine. Details inside. The box says
we can win an
arcade machine.
Okay, guys, this is the big moment here.
Okay, so let's see here.
Let's see what we can do.
Where is this information?
Take your time, Kyle.
Hey, I'm going as fast as I can here. Let's see. Looking through the manual here. Back when games still had manuals.
Oh, yeah.
God, I hate that so much. I love manuals.
Me too.
Like, whenever I was like a kid, I would always get the manual out. Like, if I was going down to lay down to bed, I would grab like a manual and just look through it and read all the cool stuff about the game.
I did that with Metal Gear Solid 1 at least like 100 times, just because I was like, I love learning about the genome soldiers and seeing like the artwork of Yoshi Shinkawa.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so cool.
Okay. You can win the Ultimate Prize package. Let's see here.
Here we go.
1 grand prize, an SNK vs. Capcom SVC Chaos Arcade System. 20 first prizes, an Xbox console, and 12 months of Xbox Live.
Uh-oh.
Let's see here. 30-day free membership to Gamefly.
Sweet.
What? Game name? 2003? Gamefly was around?
That's weird.
Yeah. That's almost 10 years ago. 30 secondary prizes, a 30-day membership to Gamefly. How do you... Oh, you have to go to snksweeps.com for your chance to win.
Alright, let's do this.
Getting your phone out, you're gonna go to snksweeps.com.
Oh yeah. I wanna win the sweeps.
The sweeps. Let's see here.
You said snksweeps.com.
Yes. We can win.
I want to meet whoever comes up with the title for their web pages.
Did you ever watch the show Supermarket Sweep?
No.
No?
Oh, it's not even active. Come on, SNK. How do you... You can't even keep your website active for me long enough. 10 years, man.
Jeez.
It takes me 10 years to want to win an arcade, and you won't even give me that opportunity. It's not even fair.
Yeah, that's totally unfair. We did the work.
We did.
We went to the website and they just
But no, that's not good enough for them.
they just look us in the faces and go, no, just no.
Yeah.
No, you're not getting anything. Nude place. Hey, it's mine.
That's perfect for her. Are you geisha?
Oh, I love Fatal Fury.
Oh yeah.
We did play King of Fighters 99 for an episode of Community Replay, and Maya was definitely one of the characters I like playing as.
Oh, right? I don't like playing against her, but
Yeah, she's actually pretty awesome as a character, to be honest.
yeah, she's kicking my butt right now.
Oh. Projectiles. It's almost as bad as Sagat.
Right?
Oh my god.
Oh, Corey.
Oh,
What the hell?
oh goodness.
Oh no, Corey, I don't know if you're gonna make it through this one.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh.
It's wrong. Yes.
You know, we've talked about boob physics quite a bit, it seems like, during the 2 seasons of Community Replay. No different here. I mean, it's 2-dimensional sprite physics, but it's physics nonetheless.
Oh yeah, but you could look at the boobs and be like, wow.
Yep.
I keep looking at her boobs.
Right?
It's hard not to.
I don't care if I lose to you as long as I see your over again.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Remember when we played Distraga?
Yes. Yes. That was so awesome.
You can do it. This is an exact opposite scenario where we're trying to root for Corey.
Oh,
Come on, Corey. Oh, jeez.
oh I missed
Come on, beat him. Come on.
Uh-oh.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh wait, she's sticking them boobies.
All right. So that's our first segment of this marathon version of Community Replay, and we will be moving on to the next game, which is going to be Tim's pick.
Game over.
Gam over.
All right. Welcome back for our second segment. Tim's at the controls because this is his game that he picked. This is Final Fantasy IX. Certainly one of the greatest entries in the Final Fantasy series.
Yep.
I'd probably put it up there as my second favorite, next to 7. But then again, I haven't played all of them. So
I've played every Final Fantasy, and this has always been my number one favorite. I love it to death. I love the music. I mean, I love all Final Fantasies. It's just this one, the storyline, as it gets deeper, it's really unique, and the characters are just fantastic.
yeah. And when Tim told me he wanted to play this one, I made a comment about how I was going to talk about my horribly wonderful experience with Final Fantasy IX. He's just like, what do you mean by that? It's a great game. I'm like, I know it's a great game. So when I got Final Fantasy IX, I was probably about 10 years old, 11 years old, whatever, somewhere around there. And I bought it from CD Warehouse. Do you remember that place?
Oh,
In Toledo?
Well, this one there was one here in Perrysburg too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. There was.
And I loved CD Warehouse. It was such a great place.
Dude, you got things cheap.
Oh yeah. So I got this there, and I go home and I'm playing it. And you know the part where I think I'm trying to remember what exactly it is. You have to go through this town, and while you're it's like a competition, and you keep running into like animals that you have to kill, and it's some kind of weird competition or something.
I'm trying to think of the name of this town. I know it's not Treno, it's not Alexandria, because that's the beginning.
But you know what part I'm talking about.
But I know what part you're talking about.
So I would get to that area, and I would get into a fight with like this weird bird type creature, and it would do this thing where it has to it goes in a circle and then attacks you.
Yeah.
And my game glitched, and it would just keep going in a circle infinitely, and it would not stop. And I left it there for like an hour, and it didn't stop doing it. So I took the game back, and I got a second copy, which was the only other copy they had. Took it home, same exact thing happened. So I wondered if it was a greatest hits version of the game, both of them. So I wonder if it had something to do with that, if there was a game-breaking thing with the greatest hits versions, because a lot of times the greatest hits versions of PlayStation games didn't work as well. But I took it back, and I'm like, yeah, it's not working, and I didn't get another copy of the game until much later when I bought the one that we're playing right now.
Wow.
And I was so upset because I got really far, or I felt I got really far in the first disc at least. And I was really enjoying the game, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't play it because it just wouldn't go any further. And I was really upset.
Interesting.
So good God, my voice. I love the start off here where you play as the group Tantalus,
Yeah.
getting ready to take Princess Garnet.
Yeah. I just love that. Yeah, the boss comes in, and all of a sudden you have a boss fight, and it's like just introducing you to the game. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I love that.
I love it when you fight on stage.
Yeah, that part was really cool too.
But it takes a little while to get to it, sadly.
Yeah, it does take a while. I don't think we'll get to it in this, but
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like of the Final Fantasy games you've played, Tim, you've played them all. So what would be like your top 3?
My top 3 would be 9, 12, and 7 has always been a top one for me. Don't get me wrong. It's just I can't, because I know everybody likes 7, so it's just like I kind of have this mentality where I want to be
hipster.
different. I love it. I just don't want to be like, hey, like everybody else, be like, oh, it's the greatest game in the world. It's like, no, 9 was great. I loved Final Fantasy 6. I'm halfway through that right now, just playing it again. So it'd have to be 9, 12, and 6.
9, 12, and 6. Corey?
The only one I've ever played was 10. So,
That's the only one you've played?
And I really liked that one.
Okay.
Until I got to Unalesca.
10 is a lot of fun. I haven't actually beaten that one. I haven't beaten a Final Fantasy game at all, actually. But if I had to rank the ones that I've played, I'd probably go 7, 9, and then probably 8. I really enjoyed 8 when a lot of people just didn't like it.
I loved 8. I just didn't like the ending.
I didn't get to the ending.
Well,
that's my Final Fantasy story. I never get to the ending.
So I'm going to spoil it for you.
No,
come on! It's an old game. It is an old game.
It's one that is on my list of games I still need to get. Like I really need to get that one.
Are you really going to play it?
Yes, I'm going to play it. I'm going to go back through Final Fantasy 7 and I'm going to beat that game, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to beat this one, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to beat 8.
So you haven't fully beaten any of them?
No. 7. I got to the end, the very last battle, and I couldn't beat him.
Did you have Knights of the Round?
Nope.
That's why.
That's why.
You have to mate your chocobos.
I know, and I didn't know about that, so I cannot beat him. So, yeah, I spent 30, 40 hours in that game, get to the end of it, and I can't beat it.
Man.
So I got to go through the entire game all over again.
I'm at the end of disc 1 on it right now, because wait, let's see here. I'm getting ready to get out of the Temple of the Ancients, so
Okay.
So it's close to the end. I know, I think the very end's where Aerith dies, or at least I thought that was disc 2, but I could be wrong. Right. I haven't played the game in a lot of years.
It's been a while since I played it too, but yeah, I would probably rank them 7, 9, and then 8. Because I really like the way that this one plays. I really love the story too. And actually, when we get to my segment, which is going to be next, there's actually a lot of similarities between Final Fantasy 9 and my pick.
The website, I think it was Zelda Informer, or at least they were Nintendo's fanboy or something. They did the top 10 list of Final Fantasy games. No, the top 10 list of MMORPGs from the PS1 area. Not MMO, but RPGs, regular RPGs from the PS1 era. And Final Fantasy IX beat Final Fantasy VII. And they said the reason why is because it played like a real traditional mystical world of Final Fantasy, whereas the other ones seem more modern.
The other one's kind of like a steampunk, futuristic sci-fi.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's a much more fantasy type.
Right, and Square Enix is looking at that as well for the next generation of Final Fantasy, where they're just like, what if we take it and blend it in somehow with like more modern day, like what they're doing with Versus 13 being more modern day, and what they did with the tech demo, Agnes' Philosophy, where they put it in a modern day, like, Middle East country, and they're just like, what if we did this every now and then?
Right.
And it's actually kind of a cool idea to make it seem that much more real, but then every now and then I'd love to see something like 9 where it's a purebred fantasy.
Right. I was going to say, I mean, it's called Final Fantasy for a reason. I want it to be a fantasy or some kind of, real fictional type story that's very different than our own.
Ragged.
Now, are they supposed to be remaking Final Fantasy VII?
No, but Final Fantasy VII's coming to PC.
Down the road, they might. They said
this is what they said. They said they will remake Final Fantasy VII when another Final Fantasy game
tops it in quality.
Mm.
which is not going to happen.
We're not going to be getting a Final Fantasy VII remake.
Man.
Because as we can see, Final Fantasy is kind of starting to go downhill.
Oh, very much. Yeah. It's because it's
never gonna be as good as like those PS1 titles were great. I mean, especially and 6 as well. I mean, I never played it, but everybody talks so highly about it.
There's a lot of memorable scenes in 6. I'm not even because I'm so into talking right now, I don't even entirely remember where I'm going. 6 has a lot of memorable and very beautiful scenes that are so well known. One of them being the opera scene, the Maria and Draco scene, and it's this beautiful 12-minute opera of Draco trying to get his love Maria from the villain. And it's so cool because it's actually done in an actual opera sang, and they do it live at Distant Worlds, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. So and the way they do it on old consoles too is actually very impressive. Oh my God, there's a hippo. She had the biggest crack baby eyes I've ever seen.
Get away from me!
Get away from me! That stupid balloon.
Now, do you guys think that the Final Fantasies are going downhill because of the storyline or the gameplay?
And Tim and I have had kind of not a huge disagreement on this, but he puts 13 as his absolute worst Final Fantasy game, or worst game either as well, or one of the.
I consider it one of my worst games I've ever played, just because the characters.
Whine and bitch and
I just can't deal with that, where if the team doesn't learn to over time work as a team, whereas because I think that bothered me was that it didn't happen until the damn near end of the game, where it's we're finally at the end of the game, this is everything that's finally going on, and now we're actually going to work as a team, whereas most of the game it's I hate you, Snow, you let my mother die, or this and that, and it's just throughout the whole game everyone bitches, and they keep splitting their ways all the time because they hate each other. And the characters, I understand you want to make characters unique, but they just aren't unique. And I think that was my only issue. But the gameplay mechanics were fantastic.
Itself, And I haven't beaten the game, but I felt from what I've played of it, it's not a strong Final Fantasy game, but it's not bad either. But that's just, I haven't even gotten past the first disc or anything. But, Final Fantasy 13, it's certainly not on par with 9 or 7 or 8 even, or any of those. So it does seem like Final Fantasy is just kind of going downhill in terms of story and character development. Not necessarily in gameplay, because we both agree that the gameplay itself was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So
I think it was 12, was it, that everything was pretty much a straight shot. There's not really room to really venture off.
It's very linear.
No. 7's
linear.
Or was that 13?
Yeah, 13 was 13.
It was 13. It was very linear. 12 was the events of Ivalice before the events of Tactics, before the great cataclysmic event. And it was very open world. 12
is extremely open.
It was Final Fantasy 11, but offline. It was a beautiful storyline, and it was the fact that it was the first game where they blended real time with turn based. So
do you prefer Final Fantasy games? I should probably say this about RPGs in general. Do you prefer RPGs that are turn based, or do you prefer the more MMO style RPGs where you're just hacking and slashing and doing all your techniques and everything without any kind of time restraints or turn-based?
See, the way they did it in 12 is the reason why I have a lot of respect for it, is because they blended turn-based at the same time where you can still move around and leave outside the battle and have the guy follow you. So it's not it's not entirely turn-based and it's not entirely real-time. It's blended in between where you can do stuff, but within the battle. Right. And it was really, really, really cool.
I like that. That's one of the things I didn't really like about 10, was that you had to wait for your turn to attack.
Yeah, I like them that way. I like turn-based RPGs. And actually it was funny because I originally hated RPGs in general, because when I was younger, when I got Final Fantasy VII for the first time, my dad had a friend at work who just had a spare copy of the game, Black Label and everything. And he's like, "Do you want this game?" And I was just like, "Yeah, sure, why not? If it's a free game, I'll take it." And I started playing it, and I absolutely hated Final Fantasy VII. Like, I thought it was a terrible game, and I was like, what the heck? This isn't action-packed. I don't feel like I'm having fun with this.
Right.
And then I just put it down. I stopped playing it. I never played another RPG until Dreamcast when I played Skies of Arcadia. And then I was like, you know what? This is pretty fun. So I went back and played Final Fantasy VII and got all the way to the end. And then I was like, crap, I can't beat that final boss.
Yeah.
It's sad is because I think since the Western gaming market is the more dominant one, and more Western gamers want first-person shooters and whatnot. Obviously, Call of Duty being so successful.
Oh yeah.
Sadly, I think that's a big reason, at least in my personal opinion, why Final Fantasy is failing.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of it. I think, but I would find it interesting if, like, imagine if they made another Final Fantasy game, but it played like this, or 7 or 8, or any of those. Like, it played like that, but looked like a modern game. Mm-hmm. I mean, that would be pretty awesome, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, going back to your kind of traditional RPG, even make it a turn-based style. I think there would be that root core of people who would be like all for it, and then there'd be that newer age people where they're just like, "What is this?"
Right.
But I think you would probably get a much stronger following from doing something like that.
So we're right at the moment where the sword fight is going to be happening. Can we extend it to get to that sword fight?
Okay.
That sword fight is the greatest damn thing in this game.
All right. So Tim, it's your turn. What is your favorite memory from Community Replay across season 1 and 2?
I think one of the greatest moments was the fact is that you had to redo Shadow of the Colossus all over again in one day. And I think that was utterly hilarious.
Yeah, so they don't know this yet. No one knew about this.
Oh.
So, okay, well, we'll come clean. All right. So, Shadow of the Colossus, the last episode of the Super Replay was not the original recording. And the reason why is because we had a problem happen with the recording. So, we beat the entire game, or we did the final last Colossus, and we didn't get it recorded. We had the audio, but we didn't have the video.
Yeah.
So I had to literally go back, and I had to beat the whole game all over again because we had recorded, or we had copied, or overwritten our save over and over and over, to the point where we didn't actually have a spot where I could just go back to the final boss and beat him. So I literally had to go back and play the entire game all over again and get to the final boss again. And then listen to the recording of us playing the final boss and have to play as if I was still playing it. So, like, whenever we would fall off, I had to fall off. And then whenever I, like, stabbed something, I'd have to stab him. And, like, I literally had to be as accurate as possible to make sure that it seemed like it was the original recording.
I want to be your canary. I love this play.
But as far as, like, ones that you've been on, like, what are some of your favorites that you've been on? Distrega.
The Distrega was a fun one.
Zauber.
Zauber. I'm so glad you brought up Distrega. That has to be one of my favorite moments, but I still think Siphon Filter and being able to tase the piss out of people
that was awesome
till they were on fire and charred was the best I've ever been on it. I mean, they were all great. But.
Yeah, I almost just want to do a Super Replay where we just use the taser throughout the entire game.
I just think that would be a very wise idea. The fact that it can stretch for miles.
That thing is, oh man, it's so awesome. Yeah, you can hit anyone anywhere. As long as you have them targeted, you just shoot your taser and it will fly hundreds upon hundreds of yards.
That's awesome.
Latch on to someone and just electrocute them, and they will keep electrocuting until they turn crispy black and then burst into flames. It's so amazing.
It is.
Here's the fight.
Well, it's after this is the actual sword fight.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's been so long since I played this. And this is another thing that I wish that would kind of be brought back is, like, you know, whenever you would use a magic or a summon or something like that, they had these long cinematics. They were just so epic every time you watched them. And like, yeah, you could skip them, but I never did. I would always watch them. I was like, this is so cool looking. But nowadays, I mean, and maybe I just didn't get to it in 13, but they don't really have anything like that, really.
In 13, no, they don't.
Yeah, there's no like.
Well,
really
they had the summons, but other than that, it's like they didn't have like all the other cool stuff, like just as you said, like regular magic attacks, where it's just like, yeah, I'm getting powered up and I'm gonna unleash hell upon
like
you.
I remember in 7, whenever you would use like a thunder strike from Cloud, he would just like he'd go and like the lightning would come down. It looked really cool.
I think what's angering me is that gamers are getting more impatient with it, so they're just like, I want it to be quick and instantaneous and right now.
Instant gratification.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas, something like this, you just keep playing and you get that satisfaction when you finally beat them and you're like, oh yeah.
It's awesome is that with turn-based, you have that control over your team.
Exactly.
And it just feels awesome where it's just like, I'm going to go skip from one person to the next and just be like, you do this while you do this. You cure everybody else and then you do this. And then everyone's just working fluidly.
Right. I feel like you can strategize a lot better with turn-based in terms of like how, you can exactly say, you heal while you attack and you steal from them and whatever.
All right, let's see if I can do this. Because last time I did this, like a year ago, I did it perfectly. Oh, I totally fucked that up.
Yeah. This is pretty cool.
This is like QTEs before QTEs.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
That is pretty cool. I do like the button combinations actually correspond to something on the screen. So like pressing up causes you to jump, or down causes you to duck. And pressing triangle is a slash above his head and X is a slash below him. Press circle. Press X. Press up.
Goodness.
Press down.
I only missed one. And then you can come back and redo it. Out of the 100 nobles watching, 88 were impressed.
88 is such an amazing number.
What a bitch. I only missed one.
I love
stupid fatty.
Number 88.
Yeah, since we're low on time, I will not redo it again. But
all right.
I got 804 gil.
Nice. All right, so that's our look at Final Fantasy IX, Tim's game choice. And we will be back with the third segment of it, which will be my pick. All right, and welcome back for the third segment. This is my choice. This is Skies of Arcadia, but we're actually playing the Japanese version of it because my English version does not work because the disc broke. So I actually ended up importing a copy from Japan, and it's called Eternal Arcadia on there. But another RPG, so we got some RPGs as favorite choices here. And the reason why I said it was similar to Final Fantasy IX is just because it has to do with sky pirates and flying ships, and they look awesome. So, have either of you played this before?
Nope.
I remember Ted playing it at the time when I did have a Dreamcast, but I didn't play much of it. I just remember just like, oh, it seemed kind of cool, but I didn't follow through with the entire full game.
Mm-hmm. Well, you play as Vice. He's an air pirate, and I don't know what they're saying. Well, I have the general gist of what they're saying, but the main story is that you're an air pirate, and that there's essentially, a big government that you're trying to overthrow. And this character is Fina, who comes from the moons. She comes from a different place. And she is basically the vital part of the storyline, obviously. But the whole story revolves around these things called the Gigas, which are giant, colossal creatures that are brought back to life by moonstones. Mm-hmm. And when they get brought back to life, you have to try and defeat them, which obviously it gets harder as you go along, and this is Alfonso, who's one of the most cowardly characters of all of gaming history. Any chance at fighting, he will run away and make you fight something else. That was Vice up there. But yeah, another turn-based RPG, and like I said in our last segment, this is the game that got me hooked on RPGs. Hit the lights.
It's time to be sexy.
But it's extremely like very steampunk. And that's Aika, I believe is how it's pronounced.
Mm-hmm.
What I-E-A
A-I-K-A.
A-I-K.
Aika. Oh no, it's Aika.
Aika?
Because in Japanese, AI is A. It would
Okay.
be pronounced in that.
So you can change the color of your weapon, which basically corresponds to like
Attack
different
and defense.
elements.
Oh, different elements. I was thinking attack and defense.
Yeah, like red is fire, green is like, nature type attacks. So kind of like you would do with, Pokemon with fire against water or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just do a regular attack here. And she can do a focus attack. And it's very... That is focusing our attack power, so you can actually do like super attacks. Let's see here. So like his Cutlass Fury, which is his special move, takes 7 of the focus. So we'll keep having him attack and have her focus again, just because I want to show off the awesome special attack.
Mm-hmm.
And you're dead. Counter? Nope. Okay. Here we go. Yes. Block! Look out!
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Reminds me of Omni Slash.
That's like overkill right there, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It totally reminds me of Omni Slash from Final Fantasy VII. Cloud's Final Limit Break, where he does 13 hits in a row.
Right. And as you upgrade, obviously the attack becomes much stronger, and you can actually you obtain moonstones throughout the game, and you can use moonstones to unlock new special moves. I think my favorite is by a character named Gilder.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically a pirate with dual pistols. Mm-hmm. And like a giant trench coat. And he's my favorite character of the series. But he basically gets out all of both of his pistols. He like twirls them, and he's like, "Come on, dance for me!" And he just like starts shooting at the guys. It's so cool. And anyone in the path will get hit by them. Mm-hmm. So it's not just one person. Like if there's an entire group, they'll all get hit by it. It's really cool.
Wow.
La 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 la. So since we're pirates, we're raiding this ship and trying to find their loot and gold.
So, what is your favorite moment of Community Replay for the last 2 seasons?
Oh man, there are so many. The funny thing is, I thought about this, and now I'm forgetting what it was. Oh man. Oh, you know what it probably was? It was probably when we had Corey and Jordan trying out Overblood. And
trying to
figure out how to get out of the original room.
Hate you.
Because Overblood obviously is this very, now it's a very nostalgic game for all of us who've watched the replay of the super replay of it. And just to see Jordan and Corey struggle trying to figure out how to get outside of the beginning room of the game, the first room, was just so funny.
I was so close too. I was like,
you were so close.
I think I had to duck or something, and I didn't do it. I didn't think to do it, and to get to some kind of control panel.
Yeah, you have to crouch for just about everything in this game, or in the game. Like, to do anything, you have to crouch. And it's so ridiculous. But, yeah, there's that one. Oh, what else is there? There was, actually, I really enjoyed doing Metroid Prime 2. Because Wayne was our expert on it, and he always knew what to do. Let's see here.
Metroid Prime 2 was a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. No! See, this is the one thing that's bad about the Dreamcast. It's such a loud system that whenever you're about to get into a fight, you hear the disc go ch ch. So you know, oh crap, I'm about to get into a fight. And when you're really low on health, you're like hoping that you don't hear the disc. And then you hear it and you're just like, no! And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll literally, if I hear the disc, I'll just like stop moving. And then hope that if I just stop moving for a little bit, that it won't recognize that I have to go into a fight.
Does it work?
No.
No.
But I keep telling myself it will if I keep trying. I want to at least get to the first boss fight, which is Alfonso's robotic rhino thing, whatever it is. Yes! I got Sacris, or Sacri, which is a healing effect. Whoops. Let's see here. Bow, 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 bow. How did you beat my guards? So they're taking Fina away, and we must rescue her. I'm just like listening for the disc.
I am too.
I forget what that is. So that's a save station there. We'll skip that and go straight outside. I always thought this was a cool little shot here outside of the ship. The lens flare, and
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Graphically, that's impressive.
yeah, Dreamcast was so amazing, so ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Everyone says it, but it's so true. Like if we had more time, I'd want to play this, and then I'd want to play Shenmue and all these other games that are for the Dreamcast. Like what else? Jet Grind Radio. Did we do Crazy Taxi? I don't know.
I think we did.
And then I do have Bleemcast for Metal Gear Solid. Do you know what that is?
It sounds familiar.
It allows you to play Metal Gear Solid with slightly up-resed textures on your Dreamcast, which is pretty awesome. And it plays exactly the same. The only difference is obviously since there's no R1 or L1, you just use the L2 and R2 and that's it. So there's no quick unequip or anything.
Yeah, it's always smiling.
I want to punch him in the face.
I know.
Stupid pretty boy.
Yeah, and he always like, yep.
Yeah, I hate that.
Puts his hand through his hair. Dispose of them. In the American version, he has this really high-pitched voice, and he'll be like, dispose of them. Like, that's his
I can
voice.
see that too.
He reminds me of Rufus Shinra. Acting like a pretty boy from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Although in Advent Children, it's a little bit different.
Yep.
He's much more rugged and gritty.
And disabled partially.
Yes.
In a wheelchair.
Yep. Well, I mean, even more spoiler, not really. He just gets right up and
come on, everyone kind of knew.
yeah.
It's time to grab the bull by the horn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, so I'll start attacking him and doing.
Yeah, you start doing that.
Yeah. Get the special move ready to go. I forget. I don't know if fire is more effective against him.
Well,
Oh, geez, here we go.
he's mad.
Yeah. All right, let's try going with green. And we're going to heal. Woo! That's about the same amount of damage. All right then. Oh yeah, I missed. Or I dodged. He missed.
I dodged.
I dodged.
I dodged.
I dodged.
I'm gonna hold your hand, by the way, Corey.
Oh my goodness.
No. I put my hand back as he's sitting next to me, so we can share the same microphone. And I ended up accidentally putting my hand on his. Didn't even realize, and then he kind of like moved his hand away. I'm like, no, Corey, I want to hold your hand.
See, I think this was always cool. Like when he actually gets really damaged, like you get to see really up close that
Like he's got to like take a crap or something.
he's really damaged.
Oh my god, where's the toilet?
Ah, crap.
It's like I gotta go.
Gotta poop myself.
Wow. Heal.
Heal.
In the U.S. translation, they say moons give me strength whenever they do any kind of magic attack. Oh, take that. Yeah. All right, now let's do this.
Let's do it.
30? Really?
Luck wasn't on your side, buddy.
Bam, bam, bam.
And an extra bam for you, and bam.
Hooah! Yes.
117.
Sweet. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you just pissed off the wrong bull.
Goodness.
Brrr.
And we'll heal again. But yeah, I definitely have to thank this game for getting me into RPGs. Because if I hadn't played this, I probably wouldn't have played Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, it's nice when you can actually learn to appreciate another genre that you never appreciated before. And I wish more gamers nowadays would be more open to all genres. Like, it was like a really nice game like Rainbow Moon coming out for like $15 on PlayStation Store. It's like, hey, I want people to get into RPGs more instead of being like, hey, if it doesn't have awesome explosions, then it's crap.
Yeah. I hate that mentality of every game has to be that blockbuster type thing.
Yeah.
And especially like how much we're into this like first-person shooter-centric gaming now. That really irritates me.
Yeah. It has to have guns and explosions and stuff like that.
Alright, let's finish this.
Let's do this.
Like, it agitates me when people are like, I don't play RPGs because they're just so boring.
Look at this! This is awesome!
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's like, what are you talking about? And look at it, bursts into flames.
There you go, Michael Bay, take notes.
Exactly. This is how you do it. This is how we do it.
Jeez.
No. Cheese.
Cheese? Where?
Where's cheese?
I used to say G's all the time, and my cousin Zach would always be like, cheese? Where? And I'd be like, what are you talking? Oh, you're clever. So Alfonso gets away.
I hate your name,
Yeah.
Alfonso.
And he will escape quite a few times, and he always runs back to like the main bad guy, and he's just like, they're trying to hurt me. Like every single time.
That's awesome.
All right, so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of the flying, but I think we still got a little ways of story to go before we can get to the part where we actually get to fly a ship.
Oh my god, you're gonna fly a ship?
Yeah, and it's freaking awesome.
Oh.
Totally gnarly, dude.
It's gnarly, dude.
Greatest picture of all time, right there.
That's pretty cute.
Look at it, it's big. Guys, that was just my hand.
She has gigantic hands, by the way.
Not noticeable in any way,
Nope, not at all.
but her eyes are pretty nice looking.
So basically, you end up having Vice, your main character, and then these two girls that kind of really seem to like you. I forget which one I need to...
I like you.
Nope, not that one. You could whenever you say something that's correct or boost the person's self-esteem, you'll hear like a and if you do it wrong, it goes and it just went so I must have said the wrong thing. Oops.
That doesn't really affect the story, though, does it?
Not really. I think if you say things correctly, you might get like extra, like semi-extra stories or something like that, or extended dialogue or something along those lines.
Okay.
This is like Mass Effect before Mass Effect.
Right.
Before Mass Effect and before EA's Mass Effect.
Yeah.
All right, so I just got to get up to the bridge real quick. Nope, that's not the right way. Wrong way. Wrong way. Back up. There we go. Just go up the ladder. I love the way he jumps off the ladder when he gets up to the top here. Whoop! Spin. And all right, let's go.
He's practicing for the ladder dancing team.
Yes.
I'm the ladder dancing team captain. You got what it takes. I bet you I can
take you down to Chinatown.
You can't even spin around the ladder as fast as I can. I can do it in 5 seconds, and I can spin around there at least 15 times. It took you 5 seconds just to hop over the ladder and then turn around and face it.
So the cool thing about this is
Sorry.
you can actually see how the compass is spinning right now? You press A, you'll actually find like hidden treasures and stuff like that, and then you can use the information and sell it at a discovery treasure dealer, and he'll actually give you money and the rights to the discovery.
How much do they buy a pile of rocks for?
A couple hundred gold, maybe, something like that.
What the hell has come to our world that we have to buy?
Hey, what's gold? Gold is nothing really important. We just apply a random value to it.
This is mind-blowing. I'll trade my gold for your
Rocks. Exactly. I think I'd rather, trade a chicken for some milk, but
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
sure.
Sure.
And these are some of the weird looking characters that you have to fight. Oh, crap.
It actually looks kind of cool.
Darn it.
It's like a tooth inside a... I don't know what that is.
A tooth inside of a hula hoop.
Right.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm worried because Vice is pretty low on health. Don't attack me. Don't attack me. Okay, good. Let's switch over that. And we're gonna heal.
Let me shake my tooth for you.
The heck?
That's one of the fire attacks. That's Pyrus, I think, or Pyre.
Oh.
And yeah, as you upgrade your character, like, and you get different abilities. Like right now, that was Sacri, and then you get Sacris, which restores like 1,000 health, and then Sacrum, which does like 2,000 health, or all of your health, or. And then
So just like Cure 1, Cure 2,
right,
Cure 3.
right, and they're all derivative of the same exact like name. So they will finish this fight, and then we'll call it for this segment.
Call it a draw.
Call it a draw. Yeah. $20 says that little tooth in a hula hoop runs away. Usually, if it's the last enemy, oh crap, that's not good.
Oh
That's
no!
not good. Okay, either that or I'm just gonna die.
You can do it.
Crap, I don't know what these are. I don't know which one does what.
Second one.
Second one. Let's go with the second one. Is that the right thing? Nope. That's MP, I think. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You can.
We'll try the other one. We'll try this other item I have. I don't think. Yeah, he escaped. I don't think you actually get
Damn tooth.
Oh, he's gonna absorb health. Crap.
That's not nice.
Okay. After this, I'm just gonna try and take them both down.
You can do it.
Hopefully I can take them down. Oh, yes, counterattack. Yes! Okay. I got this. I got this. Yes, I got this. Sweet. Alright, let's do this.
You gonna overkill him?
No, I don't have enough MP for it. Oh, it's a critical hit, though. That's good enough for me. Da 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 da. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
It's Final Fantasy VII.
Woo!
Actually, that victory is used by all Final Fantasies.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
since the first one.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so
That's the
that's...
second part of the song that's different in each Final Fantasy game.
Right. So that's Skies of Arcadia. Hey, there's the home. The pirate home base.
Pirate Hopies.
So we'll be back in a little bit with the next segment. We're actually going to be having, I think we're going to try and get Jordan and AJ on for the next segment. They're not here yet, but we will get them and their favorite games. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back for the next segment of the Community Replay Series finale. I'm here with AJ Okana,
Hey, how's it going?
and this was the game that he chose.
Yep.
We're going with Ocarina of Time.
Hell yeah, dude. It's a classic.
So yeah, and I'm surprised. It's one we have not had a chance to try out
Right.
yet. So
I'm kind of surprised you guys haven't played it yet.
I know, right? Yeah, it's. I mean, I think it was because we wanted to do a super replay of it
I
instead
see.
of just a normal replay.
Right. Dang, I guess I just ruined it.
But well, we're not going to be doing a
Right.
super replay, so you
Yeah,
can go
true.
ahead and press start and
Alright.
let's get into it.
Alright.
We're gonna go
So we're
ahead and
doing my
just,
old file or new one?
let's just start a new file. Start
Okay.
from the beginning, and
Dang.
what are we gonna call him? Link.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Might as well. You
If I
gotta
can
do it.
control this. Alright.
Yeah, we use the D-pad. Yeah. Or is
I don't
it
think it works, actually. It has to be the stick.
weird? It might be maybe the controller, but
Yeah.
I haven't.
Did we sell you the controller too?
Yeah, I actually ended up buying my copy of Ocarina of Time from
Right.
AJ and his brother, and we were having some trouble there for a second. It looked like it wasn't going to start, and I was just like, really?
Right.
And
Sold you a cheap copy.
yeah, I jokingly made a remark about it not being a good copy. So, but no, I've had that controller since I had the system.
Alright.
So, when was the first time you played this? Like, how old were
Oh
you?
man, I don't even remember. I remember watching it probably when I was like 7 years old or something.
Oh man.
When did it come out again? Pretty sure as soon as it came out. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember the release date on this, but I mean, it's a classic
Yeah.
for sure.
It's an old one.
But yeah, I remember. I think the first time I saw it. Let's see, because I didn't get an N64 until about a year after it had released.
Right,
So as far as seeing this,
right.
I think I saw it at a friend's house, and I was just like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got right. I'm pretty sure we got it the year it was released. It was probably like one of the first games we got too.
nice.
It probably came with the system.
That would be yeah. I mean, I got the strawberry colored N64
Alright.
when they started doing the
Right.
colored versions
Right.
of it. So I don't have the original
Right, the gray.
the
Right.
gray one, yeah. But I'm okay with that. It was only $100 when I bought it, so I was like, okay, sure.
Right. Oh wait, Naveen, isn't that from Avatar?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come hither. I almost read that as come Hitler. I'm tired. I'm very tired. We're doing this on a day that
Wow.
I only got like 2.5 hours of sleep, and I've been awake all day.
Right. Yeah, I bet it's understandable. Do you think we can change the fairy's name too? To Hitler?
Come Hitler. Yes, let's do that if we can. That'd be awesome. I mean, this starts out pretty slow.
All right. Is there a way to skip this start?
I
No.
don't think so. Yeah, I don't think the start button does anything. Oh, and so we had a bit of a discussion before we started this.
Yeah.
And I would kind of like to know from people as well that are watching this in the comments. You can put it in the comments below. But how we were trying to figure out how to hold the N64 controller,
Right.
because I mean, if you're aware of the layout, it's got like 3 peninsular.
Right, 3 horns basically, right?
Yeah. And the middle one obviously is longer than the rest, and that's where the
Right.
analog stick is at. And I have pretty long fingers and pretty decently sized hands. So whenever I would play it, I'd have my left hand on the very left one and my right hand on the very right one.
Right.
And a lot of my friends would play with their left hand
On the middle one,
center
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, like AJ grabbed the controller. He's just like, I don't know how to hold
I don't
this.
even know how to hold it anymore. It's been so long.
So yeah,
Right.
what do you guys feel is the optimal way of holding the
Right.
controller? Because I know a lot of people complained about, or the reason why people didn't like the way I held it is because they couldn't reach the Z button, which is the very center area
All
of
right.
the back.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
Right, but I have really long fingers, so I would just use my middle finger and just stretch it and be able to grab it, no problem. But yeah, let us know how you would
Right.
hold your N64 controller, because I'd
Right.
be interested to know if I was in the minority or what. So,
Yeah, probably. No, I'm just playing.
considering we're minorities in regards to the inverted
Right.
first-person
Yeah,
shooter thing,
that is true.
which we found out during our
Right.
wonderful marathon, which
Yeah, that's always a hassle when passing the controllers around, right?
yeah, which we're doing again this year. Woo!
Yep. Yeah, I don't think the D-pad works on this one, so I'll probably just hold it like this.
Okay. That's strange.
Center and right.
I guess not many games really use the D-pad though, so it doesn't make.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that it wouldn't really work because it's just like it never gets used.
Yeah, that's true.
So we've been going through and asking everybody when they play their game what their favorite memory is from Community Replay. And AJ, it is your turn. What's
Right.
your favorite memory from Community Replay across seasons 1 and 2.
Right. I actually don't remember the name of the game, but I remember this one time we were playing this game where, like, you're an FBI agent, you're inside a building that's basically under lockdown, and there's, like, all these monsters in there, and it's pretty messed up. Like, you're in a cafeteria, and there's this lady that turns
Okay.
into, like, this weird monster
That
zombie. It
was
was a really weird game.
That was a super replay that we actually
Right.
never aired.
Oh. Interesting.
It was Parasite Eve 2.
Right.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You can leave the room, you know.
Just having fun.
But no, we started a super replay series. I think we only got 2 episodes in, and it was Parasite Eve 2,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
very Resident Evil
Very
style
weird.
game. Yeah, it was a very weird game, and it was probably our. I mean, it was an interesting game, but we had so many problems with the recording process
Right.
that it just never aired.
Right.
Basically, the first episode we played, the entire audio was destroyed. We had
Right.
no recollection or no recording of it. So we had to go back
Right.
and just watch it again.
Yeah, we
And
tried,
watched it.
tried to overdub it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
we watched
that.
it with you and your brother, and
And
so
that
we
didn't go very well, I guess.
that went decently. I mean, that part was fine, but just the general recording process, it wasn't very professional sounding. There was a
Right.
lot of ambient noise, so we ended up cutting it. And yeah, like the second episode never aired, the first episode never aired, and I don't know if I even have the raw files. Because we're looking at doing a DVD for this,
Right.
and having some special features like unaired episodes. Like we have an unaired super replay episode, and then we also have an unaired roulette episode
Right.
that we're going to be putting on the DVD. And we might be able to put that on there if I can find it, if I still have the files.
Right.
But yeah, that one
Right.
was a very strange game.
Yeah, for sure.
I do remember like just getting so incredibly lost in how to
Right.
unlock
We couldn't
a
find the
door or
keys and
something.
stuff.
Yeah, the
right.
keys.
There was a
that's
key
right.
with a feather on it, and the one with a skull on it, or something like
Yeah,
that.
and like we didn't know where to put the keys.
Right.
And it's just like it was just a giant cluster.
Pretty much.
So that's right. You have to go and you have to get the
A sword and shield. Okay.
I remember the sword. I think is the one where you have to like crawl you have to go into that garden patch and then crawl under that
Right.
little area, and then there's that big boulder that's chasing you. Hey, listen. Oh god.
Oh.
Most annoying.
Right. Hey,
listen. I used to have that as my text tone.
Oh, really?
Whenever I would get text,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey, listen."
This guy at my class had the exact same thing. It's really annoying.
It is.
And then he even had Boo from Mario, that little
Nice.
laugh or whatever.
That's oh my god, that would I would not want that one.
Right.
But it'd be really annoying. Like, say I turn my phone off for work,
Right.
and then I turn it back on after 5 hours of work,
Uh-huh.
and I have like Twitter updates that I get via text.
Right.
So it's like, hey, listen, hey, listen,
Oh, man.
hey, listen, hey, listen, hey. And it's just constantly
Right.
until I got all my text messages caught up, and I was like, ah. So then I switched it to the Xbox Live
Right.
achievement unlocked sound. So I think, yeah, if you go up there, up that
Up
ramp.
here? Oh, the ramp? Up here?
Nope, other
Oh,
way.
over here.
Right there.
Man, I'm terrible. This is my favorite
See ya.
game, by the way.
This is your favorite game?
Yeah.
Okay. I think in my
Oh, here it is.
I did a top 10 a while back, and I put this one at number 3. This is my third favorite game of all time. Topped by Skies of Arcadia, which we already played, and that was my game choice for this
Right.
finale. And then Metal Gear Solid is my number 1,
Nice.
and that one we obviously did a super replay of. All right, so this is the part where you have like a boulder that's just going around in circles,
Right.
or squares.
Oh,
Just like that.
right. Dang.
Oh,
Still following me. I thought I'd be safe there.
That's
Did I go
hilarious.
back or?
no, god!
Ah! Man,
All right,
this
wait
t-
for it to pass. Now go. Now go.
It's been too long since
Go,
I
there
played
you go,
this.
there you
Alright. Then
All
over
right,
here.
Play
Play it safe.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. Is this the shield or the sword?
I think this is the sword.
Kokiri sword.
Yeah, that thing looks terrible.
Alright. Is that made out of plastic?
Yeah. That does not look like a real sword. So, had you played Legend of Zelda before you played this game? Like any of the other ones?
No, this is the first Zelda game I actually played, yeah.
Same here. This was my introduction to the series, but I've gone back and played
Oh, really? Right.
the original Legend of Zelda. I have it for Nintendo now. I haven't played Link to the Past, which everyone says is like the best Zelda
Right,
game.
is it? What console's that for?
Super Nintendo.
Oh, don't think
And
I've
a
played that
lot of
one.
people
right.
tout that as the definitive
Really?
Zelda game. And actually, a lot of people compare it to this. Like,
Right.
a lot of people feel like this is a remake
Right.
of Link to the Past. Because there's a lot of similarities between
Right.
using the past and future in this one in the light and dark world in Link to the Past.
Right. Alright.
Let's see here. So I don't remember. Oh, you have to
In the
buy the
forest,
shield.
maybe?
You have
Oh,
to buy
really?
the shield. It's
Okay.
in that building right there.
Alright, that's cool. Get out of the way.
I don't know
Out
if
the
you
way.
have enough rupees. We'll find out.
Dang. Alright. See how much it
Yeah,
costs
let's see
first,
how much
right?
it costs, and then we can go searching for rupees.
Do some window shopping. Oh, yeah, I can open these up, right?
Yep.
She's not gonna get angry.
I think we've talked about that on a previous
Right.
episode. Like if Link were real, or no, we talked about it on a podcast. If Link were real, like
He
he'd
would
just
have been
go
shot already.
yeah, he'd be going into people's houses and just
Right.
like breaking pots and
Yeah.
everything. People are like, what are you doing?
He's so mean.
Woo. Okay, so this isn't the building that has the shield.
We got
right?
some money though. That's good.
Yay, recovery heart.
Yeah. From that huge boulder that
Yeah, I
almost
know.
killed me.
You're back to full health. That's good.
All right.
All right,
So
so
some of
let's
these
go
both
left.
Left.
Or
Over here.
no, left, straight. Let's see here.
It looks like it might be this one.
Yeah, one
check it
of
out.
these is it. Like I don't remember which one though.
Nope, that's not it. This one.
It might be.
This one.
No, I
Check
don't
it
think
out.
so.
House of Twins.
Left, right there, that one.
There we go.
Pretty sure that's it. It's got to be it. It's like the
There's
only
no
one
other
left.
building. Look this way. That was loud.
Sorry about that.
Yes, that's how you use a fairy.
I'll show you how to use it.
Alright.
Yes. Okay. We get the locking mechanism. Thank you.
Yeah, my fairy can do some things yours can't.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about like when you learn play a game? Do you prefer it kind of like having this kind of thing where it's kind of just integrated into the beginning of the game, or do you prefer having a tutorial level, or just looking at the manual for the tutorial for the instructions, which they don't even make manuals really anymore? You gonna talk to that guy there?
Right, definitely.
I mean, do you have one that you prefer?
Pretty much when they integrate into the game, because if they actually have like an actual level or whatever like that, it's kind of boring, to be honest.
Right.
It's kind of out of the way.
Okay, so let's see here. There's the shield right there. 40 rupees. We do not have enough rupees.
No, we don't. Gonna have to cut some grass, right? That's what the sword's for. How do you equip it? Start.
Yeah, and then.
There we go. There it is.
Nice. That looks awesome.
Oh wait. Sure.
All right.
Let's find some grass. That's grass over there, right?
Yep.
Bam. 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 He's got hops.
And then you
that's not
wait,
grass.
no, not that one. You want to go up there again, yeah.
Right. Oh, right.
You can cut it all down there.
There we go.
Yep, there we go.
This is the grass I'm looking for.
Oh yeah. This is not the grass you were looking for.
This is the good grass.
And then if you hold down the attack button, you can do the like slash thing, and then you can move around while you're yeah. There you go. I used to always do that.
Right. That was always fun. How much do we need again?
40. So I need 3 more.
Wait. What does it want?
I don't remember how to pick those up. Oh well. Let's just find some more rupees.
There's more grass in here, isn't there? Or no?
I don't remember.
Let's keep looking.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go inside a building and then come out again. Should be back, right?
Very possible. Let's do it.
And there it is.
Nice.
Fast growing grass is fast.
It's steroid-induced grass growing right there.
Plants on steroids. Yeah. They're riding the bicycle. They're on that there cell tech. Almost. Oh man, come on. Do I have to do this again?
That's just cheap.
Oh dang.
You just see Link like all of a sudden just like.
Oh wait.
You can probably open the pot there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dang.
We're doing this the old school route.
Right.
Why are you ruining my crops every single chance you get? Oh, it's so annoying.
Yeah. Screw the pots. I like grass better.
Screw the pot. I like grass. Just say no to pots.
Right. Wait, which one was it again?
Go right.
All right.
It's right.
I remember.
Yep.
Okay, there's the shield, 40 rupees.
All right, let's get it. Buy.
Don't buy. No.
Yeah.
I don't need that. It's wooden. What am I gonna do with the wooden shield? Ain't gonna do shit. What the fuck? No.
It will shield girls from your virginity.
Right.
It will protect your virginity. Nope. Let's go.
No. Okay.
All right. So equip that. Let's see here. All right. Sure. And let's go and talk to that guy.
Which guy?
Right there.
All right.
And say, look, I got a sword and shield. You can let me pass now.
Or I can just kick his ass.
Ah! What's that?
Huh?
Oh, you have a shield?
Well, you never seen
have
a sword before?
Good grief. Apparently this person has turned into Charlie Brown.
Right. Did you see that? He had a little twitch on his foot.
Ah!
Are you gonna be alright, dude? Do you want my fairy to give you a massage or something?
He walks so weird. His walk is just like waddling. Oh, we got some enemies we got to face now. Nice.
A wooden stick.
Deku stick. Yay.
That's cool.
Yay.
Swing it? I don't remember this actually.
You don't? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, it's meh. I just remember using like you can light it if you light it on
right,
fire.
you light them on
can
fire.
use it.
Okay. The great Deku tree. I'm back. Who's that?
Hey, listen. It's Navi.
Oh. Right.
It's your avatar. Oh my goodness. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku tree, am about to tell thee. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it. Verily thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage.
Yes.
I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? No!
Nope.
We should say no and we'll end it on that.
Okay, do you want to?
Yeah, let's do
Alright.
it.
Fine. Man, we
Perhaps
don't
you
get
do
to
not
go
yet
inside?
have confidence
Dang.
in your abilities. Return to the Kokiri forest to learn the skills of combat. When thou art ready, return here and speak with me by using Z.
So how do you go
Kinda
inside
takes you-
again? Do you stick a stick up his ass or something? Is that what the Deku stick was for?
Yeah.
Alright, let me just kill some of these. Bam. Oh, dang.
Oh,
got
he
me.
got you.
Alright, I'm gonna go stick it up his ass.
Alright, let's do it.
Equip. Oh, wait, first.
Oh,
Deku stick.
hang on, no. Get your sword. Actually, keep your sword out real quick.
Alright. Why?
Because there's the
Alright.
tomb thing there.
Right.
I'm trying to remember if you like.
Bam. There.
You have to do some. You can actually. No, okay. You can actually get them to do a
Right.
thing where you can have them take off like rockets.
Really?
Yeah, and they just like rocket
I don't
into
think
the
I've
sky.
ever heard about that.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
It has something to do with. It's not hitting it. It might be somehow.
Maybe you need
setting
a
on
special
fire.
weapon,
Yeah,
maybe?
it's some special weapon of some sort. But
Probably something we don't have yet.
Yeah, but yeah. All right, so that's our segment with
Yep.
AJ.
That was fun. And yes, I have played this game before. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but it was
Yeah.
one of my favorite games back when I was little.
So
Good times.
we will have another segment coming up. We're gonna try and get Jordan. We're also gonna try and get Zach and Aaron on. So just stay tuned for those segments.
Yep. Later.
All right, welcome back for the next segment. This is Aaron's pick, the classic Sonic, and he's joined in playing at the moment. So we can go ahead and start. So I assume this is your favorite because it was the first game you played?
Yeah, one of the first in classic Genesis, so. Oh, come on, I know there's something there.
And do you remember how to play this game?
It's been a while. I don't actually remember last time I played Sonic, sadly. Or the original Sonic, at least.
Probably. Well, we're playing it on the 360 arcade right now, and I think that's the last time I played it was when I just got or purchased this. I think I just went on a spending spree, and I was like, I want all the Sonic games on Xbox Live. So I went ahead and just bought all the games on Xbox Live.
I usually play it on the computer, sadly enough.
Like emulator?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I still have the Sega and the original one, so,
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a pain in the butt to have to hook up to to an old TV.
Yeah, I'm okay with emulation when you have the physical copy as well. Like, if you've purchased a copy of it, I feel it's fair use to have one on your computer. Oh no! Oh,
Come on.
fail.
Yeah, I just missed the giant special ring. I thought I was gonna be able to get it, but oh well.
You got some extra points.
Yeah. It's not the giant special ring with the trippy maze. Or
Trippy maze.
no, the trippy maze probably would have been Sonic and Knuckles. The freaking bonus stage.
Yeah, those things are pretty
balls.
crazy to tackle and navigate.
You can't hit one that you've already hit. So
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can't
weird.
hit any of the red ones. Yeah, it's just the blue. I actually, when I would play the game originally, I played as Knuckles, and I was like, well, Knuckles is red, so maybe I should go after the red ones. Nope. You still have to go to the blue.
I do have the entire soundtrack to this game on my iPod.
Nice.
That and the Super Mario Brothers.
God.
Oh, come on. Even with the freaking invincibility, I still...
Yeah, when you have the invincibility, you can't go into a pit.
Yeah, I still can't hit
But you
spikes.
can
But I could have jumped out of it.
You can run on the spikes.
I could have jumped out of it.
Yeah, you can run on the spikes, just not into the pit.
Watch me die before I even get to the first freaking boss.
I think you already did die.
Well, I meant I have to continue.
Right.
Start over.
Game over.
The water level is the death of me.
Yeah. Well, I think water levels in general in games are just terrible. They never go well.
At least I don't have to deal with tails in this one.
All right, so we're going and we're asking every single person that's done a segment for some of their favorite, if not their number one favorite memory or memories from Community Replay. So, what episode or moments are your favorites?
We finally beat that damn Star Wars game.
Oh god. I actually went through the other day and I was watching like the final death count thing at the end, and how much of it was just that one room we were stuck in.
Oh god.
With that boss battle. That took like an entire episode.
Yeah, it did take an entire episode, and I swear it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That game was that, and I think Uma Jamie Lammy was probably my favorite.
Yeah, that was fun.
Because that was
we got pretty decently far in that, I found out. But yeah, those were good times, definitely. I think I'm gonna do like a little montage maybe at the end of the episode that just like shows moments from everybody's favorite.
The best reactions from all of us.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, you're making it. I think you might get to the end of the level.
Like I said, it's been a long time.
Oh, get it. Oh.
Come on, again.
Jeez.
Freaking, I know I have enough rings, so. It reminds me how much I hate these games.
This is your pick, and now you're just like, I hate this game. Oh, game over.
See, I didn't even make it to the first freaking level.
Oh,
that shows how long it's been since I played this game.
You want me to give it a shot?
I know you're gonna school me in it.
Probably.
It's freaking Sonic.
Oh man.
They have people who have speed records of how fast they can beat these first levels.
Yeah,
in these games. Because I know, and was it in Mario? It's like you can beat the first level in like 20 seconds, or like if you zoom right through, you can probably beat it in under 20 seconds.
Yeah,
something like that. I completely forgot about that part.
Wah.
I always used a cheat code after a while. It was the very first cheat code I ever learned too. Level select on this game.
That's the first cheat code I learned too. I even knew about it before I played the game.
But I tend to pop in and I'll just hit the cheat code so I can play my favorite levels instead of having to just go through it.
Although I think in this version you can't do that because there's no opening scene. Like there's no opening press start to play.
Yeah. Every other one you can though.
Yeah.
Boing boing. We actually ended up I think it was Spring Yard Zone, the one with all the springs. We actually ended up naming it the Headache Zone because we laughed every time because we claimed we were gonna give Sonic such a headache from bouncing off all that stuff. So we always named it the Headache Zone.
Nice.
Because it was always so funny just to watch though. Oh.
I got it.
I know you do. Come on, it's you and Sonic.
Come on.
Did you play I guess the Gems collection on GameCube has some of the worst Sonic games though on it?
No, I don't usually do those collection things.
Apparently, because it's got Sonic Racing, it's got the Sonic Fighting.
Oh god.
It's got there's a couple other ones on it. It's like one of the. I guess it's like they call it the Gems collection, but it's got to be like the worst ones out of the collection.
Well, it also has all like the classics too. I think it has both.
Well, there's like there's two different ones for GameCube. There's that Mega Collection that has like all the original ones. Then there's the Gems Collection that has like the lesser known ones that aren't so like crappy.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually, Sonic Racing wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Let's do this.
I remember this stuff and then I completely forget about it. And there's the ending.
Yeah, pretty much. I used to be able to like speed through this right here too, but I just no.
Not anymore.
I'm gonna try that.
Nope.
Whee!
Blink. Yep.
Oh man, I always forget the second one, how the pattern goes with the weird circular special stage.
Yeah.
So I don't expect to get the emerald this time around. Is it this way? Yeah, I think so. No.
Stupid springs.
Fine, that works. I'll go that way. Ah! Ah!
Do 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 do
No!
do 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 do.
We need to at least get to the final boss, or to the boss here.
It's kind of sad that we know the soundtrack though.
Alright, come on.
Although I did like I always liked the final ending because it showed like all the zones and everything.
Oh yeah, I always like the final boss.
That was kind of fun though.
In, was it Scrap Brain Zone, or is that before?
Which one? Before the
Final boss, like, or is Scrap Brain Zone final, or
No, because the final zone's actually called the final.
Is it just called the final stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scrap Brain is
Right before it, I think.
right before it. Scrap Brain is the. I'm not sure which one it is. Spring Yard, yeah, because it's Spring Yard and then Starlight and Spring Yard are my favorite ones.
Yeah, I like Starlight. That's my favorite. Train.
I always have to do that. I will never call him Eggman.
Yeah.
Ever.
He's always and
He will ever be Robotnik.
Yep.
I don't care.
Ah. Eat it. Ah.
Then you always want to chase after him.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, I know I can catch you. Come
Especially
on.
when you get the speed dash in the second one, in which case you can just
Were you just shoving your
right
way
there.
out?
I love it when we get a glitch and it's actually been recorded. I always feel happy about it. Is there? I don't know. I don't think there is a level select with this. What? God. Ugh. All right, fine. It's saying it's a trial even though it's not. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching this segment. We'll be right back with another one.